Hey y'all, it's Elisha and welcome to Elisha's Crafty Hoplop. Happy Monday y'all. Happy Monday. It is very early here on Monday morning in New York and I'm up early for two reasons. One is it's going to hit over 100 today with the Humidex. So I wanted to get an early start on my cleanup because honestly, just doing the dishes, I am in a massive sweat. I'm again wearing this poor tank top that has been washed and then air dried overnight, and then I wear it again. I did get my order of new COVID tank tops, but they're also drying right now, so I wash them before I wear them. So very soon you won't have to keep looking at the same two tank tops. I am doing my Crafty cleanup and my chemo cleanup because y'all know I start chemo on Wednesday. I don't know yet how that's going to affect our live this Thursday. Y'all, sometimes the first dose of medicine is fine, and sometimes it really makes me sick. So we're going to have to play that by ear. I will let you know Thursday morning. That's when I'll know for sure if I can do the live or not. I have chosen a really fun project for this week if we do it. And if not, we'll take a leave of absence for a week if I'm too ill from the chemo. And we'll do it the week after, y'all. And I thank you for your understanding with that. Again, I just never know. Sometimes I'm fine after the first dose and sometimes I'm not. So thank you for your patience and understanding. I'm sure y'all noticed the thumbnail I chose for today's video, and that's because y'all know I have been struggling with craft organization here in such a small space. And I keep reorganizing, and I finally realized, if you don't have a solid foundation, nothing you do works. And I sort of was pulling my hair out this week in trying to prep for the chemo cleanup and packaging up Happy Mail. I have to tell you, at one point I lost 5 handmade cards I made. I just couldn't find them. And it's not because the place is chaotic and messy. It's because I don't have set places for everything, because there literally is not space for it here. I loved that thumbnail because it gave me a bunch of ideas, and I was hoping it would give you ideas. I found it on Pinterest. I do not know who took the photograph. If I did, I would credit them. But I wanted you to be able to see it. That's actually a cupboard, y'all, converted into a craft space. And I thought for those of us with very limited space, it had some really good ideas. Like how Miss Judy hangs a lot of her things up on the wall, I thought this made good use of a very tiny space. And so for August, I'm going to do a no-spend August, y'all. And I'm going to save to buy some craft storage equipment. Because y'all, it's not inexpensive. Even if you just use curtain rods, which is a less expensive way, and you hang those up and put your ribbons and stuff on it, which makes good use of wall space, it still adds up very quickly. I know, because I did sort of a design plan and budget, and it's pricey, y'all. Right now, I'll tell you, I have a desk that I use for work and I use for crafting. I have a utility cart that Miss Pat bought me. I have another cart with, the ones from Michael's with all the different color drawers. And I have one small cubby with 4 sections, and that's where I display a lot of your craft stuff, besides the lit up pegs that I bought to display your craft stuff. Y'all, and one small mixed media cupboard here. And that is it, y'all. And it's just not enough storage. It just isn't. I keep my designer paper in those 12 by 12 plastic cases that you can get at Michael's or scrapbook.com, or if you're lucky at Tuesday Morning, because they're less expensive there. And I just don't have where to put the projects I'm working on, and I don't have where to put a whole bunch of other project supplies. I showed y'all I organize my ribbons and my twine into bins. I keep my seam binding in Ziplocs in a tote bag. It's just not working. And so it's time for me to make some investments to change the way I'm organizing. And I'm hoping I'm going to finally resolve this problem. If I do, I'll share it with you. I haven't shared it with you because up until now, it's just been failure after failure. Everything I've tried has failed. And also the heat is not helping y'all. So I just separated out my stamps and my dies, right? Well, now I'm going to bring all my stamps back out here because I'm worried about the heat. And I'm worried they're going to get ruined. So I'm going to put them by the fan because I'm just worried. I don't want anything to happen to them. And all those special wax pieces I bought for Cruz and I'm going to put in the fridge because I'm that concerned about the heat. And even some of my glue I'm worried about because it's temperature sensitive. So these are all the things I have to think about. And so while doing the chemo cleanup, I decided it's time for a redesign. So I hope you'll join me for an August no spend. Of course, it always means emergency supplies are exempt from that. If you run out of pop dots or glue or double-sided tape, yes, of course you buy it. But it just means no extra designer paper, no extra paper pads, no extra ephemera, no peachy cheap deals. So maybe you'll join me for an August no spend. So many of us, our budgets have been blown apart by COVID, right? And by postage costs to get kits out to people. So I'm hoping that the August no spend will help all of us. For me, it's going to help me save for craft storage. I'm hoping it'll help a lot of people just sort of breathe a little easier. And we'll still probably all have alley hauls trickling in. Speaking of alley hauls, I did open my mail and I did film the videos, and I'm sprinkling them all throughout this week. There are a couple of alley orders in there and some really fun surprise angel mail, really innovative surprise angel mail that I hope you find as fun as I did to discover it in the mail bins. I don't know who sent it, but it was sure fun and innovative. So I can't wait for you guys to see those videos. So they're sprinkled all week, y'all. I've preloaded them to come up all week, so you have something fun to watch. If you don't see a package that you sent in there, it means I have not yet received it. And I'm stressing that because Crafty Michelle and Heavenly Imaginings made a great point, which is, y'all, if you haven't been thanked for something, it also could be that the person has not received it. So for instance, Ebony received a confirmation that my microphone was delivered, except it was stolen and I never received it. So there's an example. Ebony and I were communicating, so I let her know that I didn't get it. But she did get a notice saying it had arrived. So if we hadn't been communicating, she could have been offended that I never did a video or I never thanked her. You see how these miscommunications happen? And I sent Carrie a package and it said it was delivered. Only folks, they delivered it to a neighbor 2 doors down that she didn't even know. So even if you get a confirmation, please do not assume the person received the package. Communication is key, y'all. Check in with folks. If you get a confirmation and you don't hear from the person within 4 or 5 days, then worry that something may have happened. That's the other thing I want to mention. Again, I love what Leanne It's a Deal said. Everyone's plates are different. Not everyone opens their mail the day they get it. Do you know what? The Posh Paper Lady does hers once a week, y'all. That's it, once a week. And she does as many as she can once a week. So people don't always do their mail right away, not just because of COVID, but because of work schedules. So, if you sent something and it shows it arrived, don't expect to hear from the person in 24 hours. Give it 4 or 5 days, y'all. Give it 4 or 5 days. That'll help with misunderstandings too. Because remember, people are working, people are looking after family members, everyone has a different circumstance, or like me, they have limited energy and they're living with a chronic illness, and they have to budget their time accordingly. So I thought I'd throw that out there too. We are going to wrap up our ATC challenge. I was waiting on Marcy's, y'all. She did mail in an ATC to spike COVID, and unfortunately it just never arrived. She sent me a beautiful photograph of it, and I'm sad it didn't arrive. But I will share the photograph with you, but that does mean this week we will be wrapping up that challenge. I know there are still some outstanding ATCs. I just don't want to keep anyone waiting, and we said we would give it till now, and we've given it till now, so it's time to wrap it up. And we're also going to wrap up Pat Sweeney's challenge this week too, and tie up those loose ends, because we have a winner for that too. This is why we're not doing any more mail-in challenges on this channel until the mail settles down. I feel terrible that we're closing this challenge when I know there are outstanding ATCs, but I also don't think it's fair to everybody else. So we are going to wrap it up, and that's why we won't do any more mail-in challenges at all during this period. I also want to let you know that I am starting chemo on Wednesday. Sometimes I'm fine, y'all, and sometimes I'm not. So I don't know if I can do the live on Thursday. That is just me being upfront and honest with you. I won't know until Thursday morning. I have picked an amazing thing for us to do if we do it. I will notify you Thursday morning and let you know if the live can happen or not. And I hate to make you wait till the last minute, but I never know until the last minute. I'll know pretty much by noon on Thursday how I'm feeling. So I'll make sure to do an alert video and a community post. I want to thank you all so much, especially for some of the angel mail you're going to see this week. Really innovative and so unexpected. So I can't wait to share it with you. If you didn't see Sandy Mackenzie's really innovative project that she did for Crafting with My Ghouls this week, you've got to check it out. I'm putting a link to it down below, y'all. Go check out what Sandy Mackenzie made. As I told y'all, if I could have added her to our collab, I would have. And I have really enjoyed watching her projects on Crafting with My Ghouls, so I want to draw your attention to her channel. And y'all, you know I love bookmaking. I don't know how many of you are checking out Southern is it Southern Scrapbooking and Carts? Or is it Southern Scrapbooking and Crafts? I'll link her channel down below too. She makes the most beautiful books, y'all, and her happy mails and her swaps are fantastic. You know, I think she has less exposure here on YouTube, and Crafty Crafts by Deanna did a wonderful video in support of her, and I've done a shout out for her before too. But I really want to encourage you to go check out her channel. Her projects are terrific, y'all, and she's always innovating new things. And her recent swap involves even making a mini tote bag. Really cute. And her books are just beautiful. So I'm going to put a link to her channel too. Go take a second to check her out. She really makes stunning projects, and I just think that they're underviewed, actually. All right, y'all. I'm glistening, as you can see, because my fan is off because it's too noisy to make this video. And I don't want to dehydrate, so I'm going to turn it back on and go back to tidying up. I know Linda's Thrifty Life is also doing a lot of reorging and cleaning this week. I hope the rest of you are doing something far more fun than that. And I'm wishing for you a happy, a healthy, and a creative day. All right, y'all. Take real good care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.